Welcome to Game, Set and Chat, where we're serving up tennis talk every week to help you improve your game. Philip, episode 4, Psychology of Matchplay.
Yeah, I'm here for this. This is by far the worst aspect of my tennis game, by far.
Yeah, the psychology part.
Of match play.
I feel like a lot of people that is going to be the exact same when people think about their tennis and the classic, oh, I play great in practice.
Yeah.
And then it's that match play feature, right? The psychology of match play. And I think when people hear that title, they'll think, well, what really does that mean? So we'll get into it. I'm excited. How to deal with a match play environment, how to go into a match play situation with the right kind of ideas of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And having a good frame of mind, I guess, being the psychology aspect. What sort of things are you expecting from the match? How are you thinking about the match as a whole?
Yeah.
Some of those things we'll talk about today.
Yeah. Good. I'm here for it.
Before we get onto it, social media is about to boom.
Okay.
It's about to boom. We've got a new YouTube channel.
Yes.
That our YouTube videos will be going on to, so make sure you check that out, and we'll have all the information for you coming out. We've got an Instagram page that's about to boom with pictures and photos. I managed to capture your shoe collection last night.
Yes.
It was pretty impressive. A shoe for all occasions. We did promise that, and so there'll be that amongst other things posted. Make sure you go and find us on Instagram at Game, Set and Chat.
Nice.
Amongst some other cool things that we've been working on. We've got our beautiful logo behind us.
Nice.
Amazing. So we're working on some things. We're improving.
Yeah.
I have no quotes with how it's gone so far. It's been pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten a lot of good feedback. A couple of people I don't even know, they're up here and they're like, "Hey, nice videos." And I'm like, "Well, thank you." You know. So yeah. That's
Recognized
awesome.
in the streets yet, or not quite?
Not quite.
Not quite. It's
Not
coming.
quite.
It's coming.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Downtown at some point. Are you Philip from Game, Set and Chat? It's coming.
So funny story. So I'm actually used to that.
Okay.
And let me explain why.
It's about to tell me some celeb story.
No, this is going back to college. So for those who know me fairly well, would not be surprised to know that I may have been a bit talkative in classes. But I was very intense in classes, so I wasn't necessarily paying attention to who else was in them.
Okay.
And so I would be interacting with the professor all the time, talking blah, blah, and so everybody would know who I was.
Yeah.
And I would have no clue.
You're Philip from engineering class.
Yeah, well, no, not engineering, but yeah, you were in that art history class, or you're in that philosophy class, and I'd be like, sure, yeah, hey, how are you doing? And I would have no clue who they were.
Yeah.
So yeah, during college and the first couple years out of college, that kind of happened to me.
Well, there you go. If you're a random stranger that listens to the pod, we need to become Philip from Game, Set and Chat. That needs to be your new thing.
Yeah, except for I'm
Not
old
Philip from
and
philosophy class.
I'm a homebody and I don't go out anymore, so that's all right. It probably won't be happening too much, but that's fine.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about psychology of match play. I think the first thing I want to talk about, when you go out to play a match, people forget all the time what the objective actually is. Okay, and it sounds ridiculous because when I say this, everyone's like, no, I know that's the objective, but we're going to get into it. A win is the objective.
Yes.
The objective of a tennis match is to win the tennis match.
Yeah.
So number one thing that people need perspective on is that the objective is to win the match as a whole.
Yes.
The idea is to not win a tennis match 0-0. It would be fantastic if you could. Awesome. But I think when people talk about going out and playing a tennis match and you're going through it in your head and you have you're in your bed your night before and you're going, my match tomorrow, I can't wait. People have this false idea that the idea is, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to win 0-0, I'm going to win all these points, I'm going to dominate. The biggest thing about perspective here, which is a key word that we're going to get into a lot today, is if you go out there with the idea that this is a match, it's going to ebb and flow, and the idea is, can I get to the end having won, is huge.
Yeah.
when you think about going out and playing, you should expect it to be a roller coaster. It's great to win 0-0, but the amount of matches in your life that will be 0-0 are few and far in between. How many matches have you played in the last 6 months that have been 0-0?
That I won 0-0?
Either way.
Oh, well, there have been some that I lost 0-0.
Not a huge amount, I bet, compared to how many you've actually
No,
played.
not a huge amount, yeah.
It's not a common occurrence,
Yeah.
is the point that I'm making there.
I would say there's probably another, at least for me, there's another way that I have a not misapprehension, but perhaps the wrong mindset when I go into match sometime. Because I like to work on technique, and that's where I get a lot of my enjoyment and stuff. I go out there and I'm thinking about executing technique and stuff, and I'm not thinking about, a lot of times I'm not thinking about how am I accomplishing, or am I trying to win the match?
You're
or
trying to get to that end goal of winning the match.
Right,
Yeah.
and so,
But that's just going out there with a different goal, right? So as long as you understand that that's your goal for the day, your goal in that setting is more of, hey, I'm going to work on blank, blank, blank.
right, but, yes, but then at the end of that match, if I lose, I can't be
Yes, you
upset
cannot be
about
upset
it.
about it.
Right, so that's where sometimes I get mistaken, is even when I think I'm focused on trying to win the match, but then in the middle of a point or in the middle of a game and I'm thinking about, oh man, I need to really crank this forehand, do this thing because I've been working on it, I'm getting my outcome, my focus is in the wrong place. So yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we have this false idea that we can go out there and create this reality of, you know, oh, tennis is going to be easy, tennis is going to
No,
be,
yeah.
you know, oh, I'm going to play great tomorrow, and what does great mean in your head? People, without realizing it, they really think, if I play great tomorrow, I'm going to win all
Yeah.
these points, it's going to
Yeah.
feel easy breezy, and it's just not reality.
Yeah.
But the other thing about a win is a win mentality, okay, and this is where I have a pet peeve with USTA tennis sometimes, because sometimes in league tennis people say, oh, the score does matter, Noah. You know, it came down to games and sets won on who wins the
yeah.
match and everything. And I could talk forever about how I don't think that's a great system, and we're not
Right.
going to get into that today. But at the end of the day, the bulk majority of tennis matches you play in all sorts of formats, the score does not matter at all.
Yeah.
And so I'll tell
Yeah.
my juniors all the time, if you win 10-8 in the tiebreak, that is as good to me as 6-0, 6-0.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your objective was to go out there and win,
Yeah.
and you have achieved that objective.
Yeah.
The same way, unfortunately, tennis is brutal. You lose 10-8, you can take pride in pushing them far, but it's the same outcome,
It's a loss,
right?
yeah.
So when you play tournament matches in junior tennis or the high-level tennis, and if you win, you progress.
Yeah.
It really is that simple.
Right.
French Open final, did you watch it on Sunday?
Yes.
Really good final. Really, really exciting for the crowd. You could argue.
Hard disagree, but that's okay.
You could. I thought it was very exciting. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I'll ask people this all week. Do you think Zverev cares now that he won in 5 sets?
Absolutely not.
He doesn't care in the slightest, right?
Absolutely not, yeah.
He's got that trophy. He's walking around grinning from ear to ear. He won.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's crazy to me the amount of times people walk off court and they've won the match, but they kind of had a perspective that they were going to trounce someone.
Yeah.
And after the match, they're not very gleeful.
Yeah.
They're not there, oh, it was
So is it-
alright, it was fine.
So
Oh
that-
yeah, I played okay. I didn't play great.
So there's a good quote in regards to that expectation is the thief of joy,
Yeah.
right? So if you go out and you're playing against somebody that you feel like you're better than, and yeah, maybe they're having the day of their life and you're a little off and they take you to the tiebreaker, but you win the tiebreaker and you come off and just be like, oh man, I didn't, you know, that win sucked, I didn't barely got it or whatever. But I mean, like you said, you still won, right?
Yep, and there's there's a lot of pride to be taken in that, because when you're having an off day or playing someone that you
Yes.
think is beatable or that you think you're better than,
Yeah.
that's difficult to go ahead and actually win those
Do it,
matches.
yeah.
And so you should take pride in it. And when you have a win is a win mentality and you take pride in reaching that overall objective, the big argument here for me that I want to get out to people is it's going to make you play better. Because when you go out there and you're playing two players that you think you should trounce, and you're 4-all in the first set because potentially they're playing a bit better than you wanted, well, now you're not out there 4-all going, oh, I should have won this first set already. I can't believe I'm playing so bad.
Yeah.
You're out there going, it's 4-all. What's the next objective?
Yeah.
Well, it's to get to 6. I've got a 2-game shootout.
Right.
And I should be feeling pretty confident, right? Because I think I'm better than these
Yeah,
people.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. If you think you're worse than someone, you're 4-all. Well, I got a 2-game shootout to win this set.
Right, yeah.
It's all about perspective. And
Yeah.
people rob themselves of the joy, but they also rob themselves of competing to the best of their ability
Yeah.
when they have lack of perspective about what should the score be.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
easy should this match be?
Yeah.
I love to tell people the following. I love to tell people that tennis is a game created, X amount of 100 years ago, and someone just randomly decided that we'd hit this with this inside this random area, right?
Yeah.
The same way that Monopoly is a game, right?
Yeah.
Listeners, write in if you like Monopoly, okay? We've had some long Monopoly bouts in my lifetime. Monopoly is a game, and when you play a game, you don't expect that game to be bish bash bosh easy. When you play Monopoly and you roll double 6, amazing, and then all of a sudden you end up in jail. Oh no.
Right.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Tennis is a game.
Yeah.
Tennis is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And the more you can expect, the night before you play a match, you go through it in your mind. You go through not just the good scenarios, but you also have perspective and understand, hey, there's times tomorrow where this is going to go wrong.
Yeah.
There's times tomorrow where I might miss the worst shot ever,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have to laugh it off and get back on the horse.
Yeah.
If you can go through all the scenarios,
Yeah.
good and bad, and you understand that it's a game and a roller coaster, and you understand that your level's going to ebb and flow, their level's going to ebb and flow,
Yeah.
then when you're actually in it, you're able to compete with full focus
Yeah.
and understand, no matter what the score is, the end objective in sight is to win as a whole.
Yeah.
And so that gets us into a lot of our people are so addicted to the score.
Yeah.
And I think if we get less addicted to the score and we focus more on, hey, overall goal is to win this tennis
Yeah.
match, then people will freak out a lot less, and they'll be able to then
Stay
focus
calmer.
their mind,
Yeah.
right? Stay calmer. Hopefully enjoy it more as well.
Yeah.
And that leads
Yeah.
us into my second point today. And all these points today, they tie in, they're all really just one big point put together. But Philip, we teach it all the time. We tell people we're not coaching you to win every single point you
Oh
play.
yeah, absolutely. God.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be impossible to coach someone to win every point they play.
Yeah.
So, if you don't take anything else away from today, I think this is probably one of the biggest pieces of advice we can give people, or one of the biggest perspective things.
Yeah.
How many percent of tennis points do we need to win a match?
On average, 51%.
On average,
Yeah.
51%, which means
Because it's
you can even potentially
Actually-
win with lower.
Yeah, you can actually win a tennis match having lost more of the points.
Yeah.
Because of the goofy way it's scored. But
It's happened
it's
out
weird.
there.
It's happened
in the
out
pro
there. Yeah, in the pro
game,
game.
you know?
Yeah.
People win
It's weird.
finals, and the stat comes out 48% of points won.
Yeah.
You know,
It's crazy.
when you think about that, and you think about, okay, I'm allowed to lose loads of points. I'm gonna lose loads of points.
Yeah.
It's a Monopoly game.
Yeah.
It's an ebb and flow match. The objective is to win overall.
Yeah.
The objective isn't to win every single
single
point
right,
you play, right?
right.
Or the perspective isn't.
Yeah.
That's gonna allow you to then play freer, more relaxed, and compete harder. Be okay with when things don't work out in your favor.
When I think if you have that perspective, then one of the real benefits is it can help to keep you from snowballing.
Yes.
Right? So you miss a point or you miss a shot, you lose a point. Okay, you miss the next one. Okay, if you win the next two, or you know what I mean? Like so if
Yeah.
you're thinking about it, I really only have to win about half my points. Then it can help you to shake off a couple of bad misses or a couple of lucky shots from your opponent,
Yeah.
and without it snowballing or without really getting tense or angry and all the different ways that people will react just depending
Yeah.
on what the situation actually
We
is.
see it.
Yeah.
We see it all the time in junior tennis, right? This idea of, oh, I'm falling apart, and it's like, snowball effect. You lose 1 point, you lose 2 points. Before you know it, you feel like the world's on your shoulders, and all those things. You're allowed to lose those points.
Yeah, yeah,
Just bring it on the next one.
yeah,
And if you literally tell yourself, your opponent will hit an amazing winner on you, clap, and in your head say 49%.
yeah, yeah,
If you play 120 points in a tennis match, you're allowed to lose 60 of them.
Yeah.
So when your opponent hits a forehand winner down the line passing shot and you've played an amazing point,
Right.
you clap. Well played, opponent.
Yeah.
That's one of 60 points I'm
that
allowed
I'm
to lose.
Yeah.
Here's a great one for all you listeners out there. I have a pretty firm stance on this. When your opponent makes a terrible line call,
Oh, yeah.
that is one of 60 points that is already built into your game
Yeah.
that you understand is one of the 60 points you're going to lose.
Yeah,
And
that's a good point.
again, I talk to people all the time. I really am not a believer in 99% of people do not mean to make bad line calls, but it happens.
Yeah.
And when people make bad line calls against me, I have already factored that into the overall perspective of the match.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
know
yeah.
the day ahead of time that
Yeah.
I am going to get some bad line calls.
Yeah.
Some line calls that I don't necessarily agree with, not because of someone's cheating me, but just because it's really hard to call lines out there.
Yeah.
I've already factored that in, and if it costs me a point, it's one of 60 points I'm allowed to lose. So, again, huge perspective things that I think can help our people deal with situations out there.
Yeah.
I bet, is that a good one for you potentially?
That doesn't
Doesn't bother you.
that
but
doesn't bother me so
a good
much
framing.
because the way I look at it is if I hit it close enough to the line that they're able to really call it out, then I look at that as I shouldn't have hit it that close to the line, right?
True. Margin of error kind of
Margin
issue
of
there.
error kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
I should have been going for a bigger target, right? That's on me,
Yeah.
within reason, right? I mean, but yeah,
So that perspective of 51% of points, right? That's what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Each game is a shootout to 4, which tennis scoring is amazing because you're never down and out. Your clock doesn't run out on you,
right,
right? So you're always in with a chance if you can
Yeah.
just beat them to 4 points.
yeah,
You know, when you're down a set in 5-0 and it feels all completely against you, if you win 50% of points from now on out, you win the match potentially.
yeah. Actually, yeah.
So that's the crazy
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right? You can be 6-0, 5-0 down,
Yeah.
and you're going into that game and you feel like you've got to climb uphill, but you don't.
Yeah,
You're
still half the
From
points.
this moment
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
you don't have to win 80, 90% of points to get
No,
back
you
in
still
it.
just went over half, and yeah,
Just barely over
Yeah,
half,
well,
sometimes half.
yeah.
And you just chug away. This 51%, I think, will save a lot of people from that snowball, or also
Yeah.
just to go out there and be more confident and
Yeah.
and not get stressed, because I think, you
Yeah.
know, a good amount of nerves is healthy, but when stress becomes anxiety,
Yeah.
and when anxiety becomes panic,
Yeah.
that's when people really play their worst tennis.
Yeah.
So my next aspect to this, which I absolutely love, credit to my dad, Stephen Pring. Okay. I remember distinctly him telling me this, and I was like, wow, this is absolutely wild. And I'm going to say it out loud, and hopefully all our listeners have the same reaction I did when I was a kid. So turns around and says, how many sets do you need to win a tennis match? And the answer in most cases is 2, if it's 2 out of 3 sets, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're playing most formats nowadays tend to be 2 sets and a championship tiebreak for it.
Yep.
So let's just work with that perspective for you ITF players that may be tuning in, or your high-level junior 3 sets. Okay, you got a full third, but let's go with 2 sets and a tiebreak. To win the match, you need 2 sets. After losing the first set, how many sets do you need to win that tennis match?
1 and a tiebreak.
Yeah. So
It's actually less.
you're closer to winning
Yeah, you have to win.
than when you started,
yeah.
having lost the first set.
That's wild.
No matter how the first set goes,
Yeah.
you have less to do now. You are closer to winning that match.
That's a crazy way to think about it.
Yeah. And it's just like, bang, whoa.
Yeah.
Most people that lose the first set, that's what dictates the rest of the match. The stress and anxiety from being effectively the concept of being down. in the match,
Yeah.
feeling like you have to
Yeah.
fight back, feeling like momentum is against you, or any of those kind of things that are really just self-made up in your head.
Yeah, and if you're worried about that kind of thing, then you're not doing your mind is not focused on problem solving.
Yes.
right?
Yep, you're worked up about
Yeah.
the stress and the anxiety, and all of a sudden we're over panicking, and then our brain doesn't work clearly and problem solve.
Yeah.
Which is, our tactical episodes will be talking about some of those things
Yeah.
to actually think about in those
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
But if you go, okay, the first set's going, you go start the match, you go 3-0 down. The amount of times I see people go 3-0 down, and that affects them for the next hour.
Yeah.
Okay, well, new perspective here from Game Set and Chat. The first set, not as important as we thought.
Yeah.
It's really nice to win a first set.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can potentially put the pressure on your opponent.
On your opponent, yeah.
You can make your opponent fall for this trick.
Yeah.
But, controversial, does the first set matter as much as you thought it did? Really, no. The first
Yeah.
set is therefore used for,
Experimentation.
Bingo.
Yeah, finding, like you said, finding your opponent's weaknesses.
yeah, rhythm,
Rhythm.
feeling confident,
Yeah.
trying some stuff out, getting into a rhythm.
See what works, what
Yeah.
doesn't.
If
Yeah.
you have this perspective and you go out there, so many people suffer from the start of the match being tight, start of the match being nervy, the start of the match feeling like they can't swing.
Yeah.
First set done that.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang.
Go out there and hit the ball.
Yeah, I like that.
If you go out there and swing freely, and you'd be amazed at how many first sets you actually
Win.
because you're not worried
Think
about
about it.
winning or losing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first set, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then, and again, perspective, you're not trying to go out there and win 6-0.
Yeah.
You might find yourself 4-0 in the first set, but you're playing great because you're swinging freely, you're trying stuff, and here's the kicker. Even if you lose the first set, you should be feeling really confident
Right.
going into the second set, knowing that
You're playing well, or you've
learned what you need to do.
identified your opponent's weakness or a pattern that they don't like, or
There you
maybe
go.
a pattern. It's a pattern that they do like, so that you can try to avoid it or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Bingo. And then after losing the first set, how many percent of points do you need for the rest of the match? 50.
50. Yeah.
And that's, again, people just need that perspective because we go
Yeah.
a set down and we think it works like basketball. If I'm 20 points down, I've got to score 20 more points.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't. Yeah, it's.
But you
yes,
don't.
Yeah.
You lose 6-0, your opponent wins, golden set. Your opponent wins, new term on our show. Golden set is perfect set.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
win every single point. It won't happen. You win every single point. You've won 24 points. Your opponent's won 0. Or backwards, your opponent's won 24 points. You've won 0. Going into that second set, you don't have to catch 24 points
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You just go, right, we got to win.
51% of points
I
from
got to
here on
win
out.
24 points when they win 22.
2. Yeah, yeah,
Boom. There's my set. Now we're a set even and we've got tie break.
yeah.
And so that perspective, right? That's what I wanted to get out of this pod with the psychology of match play. I want to talk tension techniques because even with good perspective, even going through this stuff the day before, having that conversation with yourself, even with telling yourself, oh, yeah, the first set doesn't matter as much.
Yeah,
And even with saying, I've just got to win 50% of points and, the score doesn't matter. I've just got to get to that overall objective, 10-8 in the tiebreak or whatever it might be. People get nervous
Yeah.
to the point where it creates tension.
Yeah.
Philip, you got any ideas? I've got plenty. I'm going to let you start with this one. Ideas for tension techniques. You're pent up. It's really important. You're feeling all pent up and tense.
Yeah, for me, breathing is a big one, and then also trying to get the tension out through my feet.
Yeah. One of the best
So trying
things
to,
I ever got told.
if I just keep my feet moving, I'm like, okay, I'm nervous, and let's just bounce on my feet, and trying to get my tension out that way.
Yeah. One of the things
That's one of the things for me.
One of the best things I ever got told was I was really nervous for a match, and a guy that was nearby, he was like, "Yeah, you're going to be fine. Just focus on your feet."
Yeah.
Did help.
Yeah.
You just something to think about.
Yep.
Something to put your attention into.
Right.
Breathing's huge.
Yep.
The military use box breathing.
Yeah.
Box breathing, you can look it up on Google. Effectively, you just breathe in for X amount of seconds, traditionally 4, 2 is fine too. Let's do 4 seconds, you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you breathe out for 4 seconds, and you hold for 4 seconds. That in itself is a nervous system calm down.
Yeah.
And that just helps bring everything down. I actually tell my juniors when they're walking to change of ends after 2 games to do box breathing until they get everything under control, and then have a drink, and then start to analyze. And so they calm everything down before they analyze.
Yeah. Another thing I'll do, because a lot of my attention will come, especially if I feel like I'm not striking the ball well. So I actually go back to some of the basics, fundamentals that we coach. I'll start doing bounce hit.
Yeah.
And I'll, like, to the point where I'm saying it out loud, just like we coach it.
Go ahead and explain bounce hit briefly for our listeners. This is a game changer because it's so simple, yet it works at every level.
Every level.
Go for it.
Yeah, so the basic idea is gentlemen like Noah who have played since they're little, they use their eyes in a way that us non-natural athletes don't, and they don't even know they're doing it, but it's been proven by eye tracking studies. But anyway, so the idea is to predict the bounce. So your eyes go to and predict where the ball's going to bounce before the ball gets there, and then you go and to hit until your eyes are focused on your racket hitting the ball, right? So you're not, quote unquote, watching the ball. You're not passive and reactive watching. You're predictive and you're active, and it gets you focused on really the most important thing for striking the ball, which is where do you need to be, 1, and then 2, the actual strike of the ball. So when I'm nervous and I'm thinking about, am I trying to go here, or is that person being active at net, or am I doing, and I'm too wrapped up in all the stuff, then just going back to focusing on, again, predicting the bounce point, which starts to get my feet moving so that I get in position so that I'm feeling more confident to strike it better, swing easier, and then focusing on contact, right, gets me calmed down, and generally speaking, I start hitting the ball better, I build my confidence, and now that tension level can go down. Yeah. So there's times, and we can go through this at some point for drills, but you say it out loud.
Say it out loud.
You have to say it out loud.
When the ball strikes the ground.
Yeah.
And then say hit when you strike the ball with your racket. And so many times we'll see people, they'll say bounce, and then the ball will hit a half a second later on the ground, and I'm saying, you're not actually predicting accurately. And then they'll say hit, and then hit the ball a second after they say it, or a second before they actually make contact.
Even worse is they say hit and they're staring up at the other side of the court, which is really the sort of point of the drill, is that when you say hit and you're staring at your opponents, you weren't really focused on contact.
Yeah. So focusing on that helps
calm me down. Yes.
For attention technique, I wanted to go through one more breathing because I spoke about box breathing, and that would be a between points and between change of ends kind of thing. But we have to remember we're doing a physical activity. There is breathing within that physical activity. When you're playing a point, exhaling
when you strike the ball
on contact with the ball is a huge tension reliever.
Yes, huge.
It also will actually add potentially a little bit of power, a little bit of pop to your strokes as you're using that breath work to help into the ball.
Every pro does it.
Yes.
Just because you don't hear them does not mean that they're not doing it.
Controversial, but this is why this grunting has become a thing in tennis in the, whatever year, probably 90s, when it started to become more of a thing. It really just became about because this player had a coach, and the coach was trying to get them to exhale. Yeah. And the coach basically had no idea how to get this girl to exhale. So he just said, yell.
Yeah, okay.
Before you know it.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. But people use it for all sorts of reasons, and we're pretty much against it for any reason other than exhaling. But that's the actual science behind it. So next time you're on TV and you're like, I can't stand this awful grunting, I'm not for it, because I prefer to not grunt a ton and all that. I understand the need for it. Have been known to do it at times myself, deep in points, because it gets that tension out.
Same.
However, there is science behind it.
Yeah.
Just don't take it too far and scream so court 5 can hear you down there. You don't need to exhale that aggressively.
No yodeling.
Yes. So breathing with that regard. And then I want to talk through kind of this really briefly. So my background, sports and exercise physiology. I have plenty of psychology in my background, sports psych, biomechanics, all that good stuff. I have my master's degree. I'm going to talk everyone through a quick psychology loop. This is taught in professional sports, how you deal with a thought of tension or a thought of nervousness. So let's use a tennis example. It's a second serve, your break point down. The classic thought that will creep into people's minds is, I don't want to.
Yeah, don't want a double fault.
I don't want a double fault.
And now you've manifested the double fault.
Okay, so the thing is with sports psychology in the modern era is you can't get away from having that human reaction. That thought can come into your mind. Now, here's the problem, because a while ago it was taught just block that out, block it out. That's actually not a good way of dealing with it. Blocking these thoughts out has been shown now to actually just manifest and make it a whole lot worse, because as much as you think you can put that to one side, you can't. They actually teach now to accept the thought.
Okay.
Completely make peace with the thought.
Okay.
So let's put it in a scenario. I'm there for a second serve and break point down. I go, oh my goodness, my mum's watching. She hasn't seen me play for a while. I'm so nervous. There's a bunch of people up in the stairs. I'm actually having this conversation with myself. And I'll have it really sophisticatedly. That's probably not a word, but yeah, I'll be like, oh, my wife's over there with my newborn son. I'm really excited to play in front of them, but I don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
I don't want to double fault. I'll talk it through.
Yeah.
Actually talking it through in your mind helps you come to terms with the emotion.
Okay.
Once you talk it through, then you picture in your mind putting it in a box. And then when it's in a box, you put it to the back of your mind. This is a psychology process that has been works in numerous occasions, and it's taught now widely when professional athletes go to sports psychology.
Okay.
So second serve, I'm nervous, I don't want to double fault. Gosh, I'm really nervous. It's a big point. If I lose this point, I lose the set. I'm okay having that conversation with myself. In fact, I frequently do.
Okay.
Then I go, right, put that in my box.
Okay.
Put it at the back of my mind. And then here's the key part. Now you have to focus on something
Positive.
constructive.
This second serve needs to go
I need to do
center
what
of the box
to make this work. So that's the thing. Not even just positive, to be honest. It has to be a process thing.
Well, I don't mean positive in the sense of like
I can do it.
I can do it. I mean positive in the sense of it has to be something constructive. Like, okay, I'm going to put this second serve in the center of the box, or depending on your level, I'm going to put it to their backhand or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's mine, just for everyone to hear. Second serve, I'm really nervous, I don't want to miss this serve. Gosh, that would have huge consequences. Everyone's watching. Where's my box? Put it in my box, put it at the back of my mind. Right. Ball toss high, go up and get it.
Yeah.
If I think about my ball toss being high enough, and I think about going and meeting it at its peak point, that is something constructive that I can focus on.
It gives your body something to focus on doing.
And that is how that psychology loop happens. And so the more we can use that, but I encourage people to not shy away from these thoughts, like accept it. Yeah. It's okay. It's probably a good not just on the tennis court too, it's just in life,
just in life, it's probably a good thing to practice being able to do.
Get this stuff out, get your life stresses out, deal with them, and then focus on what you can do and what's going to actually impact change. So there you go. We're now a therapy class. There you go. Tennis coaches and therapy go hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to finish talking about tying it all back together with this idea of, okay, the objective is to win, right? That's the objective of the sport of tennis. But the objective of why you play tennis is to have fun. So we need to combine those concepts. Wow, the lights have gone out on us.
Okay.
We can make this work in the dark.
Going. We can keep going.
We'll keep going.
We can talk.
Effectively what's happened, guys, for those of you that don't know, is we're in an indoor court in Alabama, and the front desk don't know that we are out here, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
and switched lights on us. So there you go. There's our first mishap of the season. I love it. For those of you listening, we are literally in pitch black right now, but we'll keep trooping through and we'll see what happens. So where was I? With this idea of why do we play tennis? We play tennis to have fun. Why do we play a match? We play a match to try and win. Well, when we play a tennis match, the joy should be in competing.
Yeah.
And so I challenge this thought on everyone. If someone said to you, you can go out there and win every match 6-0, 6-0 for the rest of your life and not have struggle, would you find that fun?
No.
And I think most people listening,
No.
if they're honest with themselves, would probably go, yeah, that wouldn't be that fun.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun at all.
And so the joy that I've always found, and this is where, oh, there we go. I think my beautiful wife might have popped
she
out
popped out to go
said,
to
hey,
get
they're
him.
out here recording. But there you go. So now you can see my beautiful face again. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The joy is in competing.
Yeah.
And actually having a game that ebbs and flows, right? Monopoly
well,
wouldn't be fun if you just bought all the properties and took everyone's money in 10 minutes.
Well, the stories you tell are not the times when you happen to beat somebody 0-0.
Yeah.
Like I've done that before, but I don't remember it. The stories and then the matches I remember are the struggles, the combats, the ones where we came back, or where you found the solution to somebody that or you played your nemesis and you finally beat them or whatever. Like those are the ones. Those are the matches that you remember and that you take pride in and really like. Oh yeah, that was cool, right? Not the
exactly.
Yeah.
Remind yourselves of that when you're playing.
Yeah.
I played a tournament in January. We were here at the club, Jack Frost, shout out. All the members were up there. It was like 10 p.m. at night. Big crowd, actually. It was one of the bigger crowds I played in for a while. Super fun match.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, 4-all in the second set or something. I was serving at deuce. Kind of one of those moments which is quite crucial to the match. I turned to a couple of my mates on the sideline. I just went, I freaking love tennis. Like, this is why I play.
Yeah.
I don't play for being 6-0, 5-0.
Yeah.
I play for that moment of 4 in the second set when you've got a serve and it's deuce and all your adrenaline's going.
Yeah.
Oh, just like, I'm feeling it just talking about it. Like, that is why we play. And remind yourself that when you're in that moment.
Yeah, that's a
say
good
it
point.
out loud.
Yeah.
Say, I love this.
Yeah.
This is why I play.
That's a good point.
So I think that's really healthy for people to think too. Like, the joy is in the competition.
Yeah.
So perspective on psychology of match play there.
Yeah.
Philip, your trivia last week was, I still can't believe you were spot on. I've spoken to a couple of people and I've told them like, no, that wasn't in any way fixed.
One plan, nope.
He somehow was spot on with percentages and numbers, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to live up to what was a masterclass last week. We'll see. What's your trivia question for me this week?
All right, my guess is he's going to get this. It's pretty well known, but it ties into the theme of the week. So, okay, so Roger Federer, one of the greatest of all times.
Love it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of his career, his entire career, so think of how many slams, how many matches, Masters 1000s, titles, everything Roger Federer won. What percentage of the total points he played did he win?
Yeah, I know it. It's 54%.
It was either 53 or 54, but yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right in there.
54% because and actually we finished with a quote and we'll get to it, but my quote is from his commencement speech where he spoke about that.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, yeah.
And so that will tie in nicely to today. Yes,
Yeah.
Federer, who is, my icon of tennis and just huge inspiration I take from Federer and watching him and just the joy and everything. 54% for someone that was winning effectively everything for years on years on years.
54%.
Known as top 3 of all time.
Yep.
Arguably best of all time in some people's opinions.
54% of the points he played.
And yet Betsy Lou is going out on a Sunday
And expecting to win 80%.
thinking, why aren't I winning 6-0, 6-0?
Yeah.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Perspective.
Pod preview for next week.
Okay.
We are going to do 10 hot takes. Here come the hot takes, Philip. 5 from you, 5 from me.
Man.
I was thinking about getting creative with it. We might have a bit of a surprise with it too. I'll talk to you about that afterwards.
Okay, all right.
But I got some good ideas for next week. It could be quite
Hot takes.
a spicy one.
I've got some
We've got 5 hot takes each.
tennisisms. I could go in a roll.
Yeah,
Oof.
so we might get Philip absolutely
A rough
firing.
spot. I'm gonna
next
get spun up. I'll get spun up.
Pod dedication. I'm going to dedicate this pod. This is the one I was saving for my parents.
Nice.
I wanted to dedicate my first one to my parents because they're the reason why I'm here, and I get emotional speaking about it. they're all the way back in England, but I can even feel their love and support from here. But I wanted to save psychology of match play for them, because I think that's my biggest strength on a tennis court.
Okay.
And without just the parenting, nothing to do with tennis really.
Yeah.
Without the life skills and parenting tools and just them raising me, I don't think I would have been the tennis player I was. And that's really nothing tennis related, really. That's just life skills, life lessons. So shout out Stephen Pring, Caroline Pring. You guys are my absolute world and my inspiration. And I really appreciate you guys. And that's why this pod is dedicated to you.
Oh, Steve's going to light the comments up. He's already been in the comment section. He's going to be lighting it up. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to come back later this year, hopefully. So I'll finish with this quote. Now, this is a little bit longer than a usual quote, but I want to read you something from Federer's commencement speech at Dartmouth. I encourage all our listeners
go watch it. It's amazing.
to just go watch it.
Yeah.
Just go watch it. In the 1,526 singles matches I played in my career, I won almost 80% of those matches. What percentage of points do you think I won in those matches? 54%. It's like I studied for the test today, right? In other words, even top-ranked tennis players win barely more than half of the points they play. And then later in the speech, a follow-up line, which we're going to end with today, is the best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again, and they have learned to deal with it and how to deal with it.
Yeah, that's great.
And I like to think a lot of what we've spoken about today will hopefully help our listeners learn to deal with the points they're inevitably going to lose, and therefore compete to the best of their ability to do a good job.
Love it.
So that's it for this week. Thanks for sharing, for listening in.
Through the light and the dark.
Thanks for listening to Game Set and Chat. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'll see you next time. Until then, just keep swinging.